What's up, y'all? Football season is back and the Cowboys look dominant, and there are many ways to watch our beloved Dallas Cowboys, but the best way to watch our Cowboys is live and in person. And the best way to get tickets to those games is on Game Time, the fastest growing ticket app in the U.S. For last minute amazing deals on tickets, see your favorite football team this September. Download Game Time. And it's not just football. Game Time has tickets to baseball games, concerts, and comedy shows all around the country. Download the Game Time app and redeem code VOCH for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, download Game Time app and enter the code VOCH. That's VOCH, VOCH for $20 off. No matter where you live, get out and have some fun this week. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
Beats Planet.
And we are.
Come on inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
War calling.
We
What's
made
up,
it through.
y'all?
We made it through.
Hey, Will Steele, man. We was in the Patreon, man. You know, Patreon, we got 2 film sessions, offense, defense, Monday and Tuesday, boy. And I just tried to get through the defense, boy. And I was like, all right, this a wrap. I'm deleting the file now. But we had to do the shit on volume. God damn, boy. But hey, after we do the film today, after we breaking it down for the broke it. After we break down the film for the masses, because sometimes my subjects and my verbs don't agree on the fly. Once we break down the film today, it is done. We're moving on from Arizona Cardinals. Got a chance to listen to the coaches, Will Steele. I feel a little better. Listen to the coaches. I ain't get a chance to listen to what everybody said. I just wanted to pull some clips, but before you know it, it was 3:00 and the show's supposed to start at 3:00, but I was listening to sound clips at 3:00, so you see the problem that we ran into. But we got some clips from Mike McCarthy, and we got a handful of things from Schottenheimer. Schottenheimer is becoming one of my favorite listens. We'll tap in with him, see what he talking about. Something that I thought was something I thought would be fun going into this film day today. Will I was gonna do like Dallas Cowboys red zone woes. Will Steele went live this morning, boy.
You said never mind.
No, we not. Not no more.
Come on, man. I couldn't do this back-to-back shows, bro. I'm sick of it. I'm glad you're doing defense today, even though I'm gonna get sick of that too.
I do think we should kind of coordinate that on purpose because we coordinate the other 2 days, right? Like the offense preview, defense preview. I think if you're gonna break down red zone stuff for the offense in the morning, the shows should bounce off each other. We ain't got to do a whole bunch of extra work, but I think breaking down film differently would give the people something extra to look at. Hey, we're gonna watch red zone problems.
In the morning, yeah.
In the morning, A to Z Dallas with Will Steele, and when we get to the volume, we're gonna break down the big plays that our defense gave up and why the hell it happened. And we're gonna talk about some things today, run fits and miscommunications and things of that nature, and what happens if you have a Liz Frank injury and you ain't been around in a while. But right now, my name is Lombardi.
Hey, Boxy. And this is just a mixtape.
VOCHLOMBARDI. I'm being the point guard about the best in the business, Master William Skywalker Steele.
That's enough damn salt there, Willie.
No more Big Willie, my game is grown. Prefer you call me William.
See, I'm being better about this, right? Because normally I just Will Steele. And you got to find your button real fast.
Looking, you was like,
I was like William Skywalker Steele. Yeah, you go. All right,
man. We right here, man. We out of preseason mode. We straight now.
I don't even promise that, dog. We'll walk in on a bad day and be like, "Hey, man, it's only November. You know what I mean? Give us a little time here. Give us a little time." But I do have film for y'all today, man. I got about 5 plays I wanted to share with y'all. Just some of the big plays that we gave up and some of the reasons why I think those big plays happened to us. All right. And we're still on the 1s and 2s, of course. Appreciate you, sir. All right, let's get into some of this, man. We ain't got to hold y'all too long. And I finally got the phones to work, and hey, you know what I'm saying? So if y'all want to call into the show, the number's 202-926. Hey, Will, I'm telling you, man, free conference call, we're having problems, dog. It's crazy.
We running out of time. We run out of space and things like that.
Yeah, all kind of. But we got the phones. I thought something was funny. When we have some of the best shows we've ever had in our life, Restream crashes. But boy, we got to talk about the Cardinals. That shit looked perfect yesterday, didn't it? That shit looked spiffy yesterday.
They lost? Keep them straight.
Keep them on there. Ain't nobody watching, no way. Oh, my word, my word. Let's get into some work, y'all. We ain't doing nothing else. I appreciate y'all for being here. Let's get started here. Mike McCarthy now. Like I said, we got clips from Mike McCarthy and a handful of clips from Brian Schottenheimer here. Mike, what was going on with the run defense and gap fits and all that kind of stuff going on, which is a big reason why James Conner did anything on us, James Conner and Rondale Moore in particular. The only reason why they did anything on us was because of gap fits, and some other things happened later that we'll just talk about. But talk to us right now, Coach, about the gap fits and the run defense.
He had the big play there early, and I think just like anything, they went with a. And you can let Dan talk in specific, more of a
that's what I thought he'd say.
Type game plan, and they hit us on a couple of things. So, but at the end of the day, it just comes down to the gap integrity, and we just need to be better.
I tell you what, Will Steele, and it's crazy. The more days go, the more days go by. Our analysis was right. We may have gotten the prediction wrong. Because we all thought the Cowboys was going to beat the shot at the Cardinals, whatever. But the like what we were saying about the game was absolutely right. Like one of the first things I said is like this kind of like a baby Philly. You know what I mean? How they do the reads, how they work run game stuff, how to use their wide receiver. That's what we said when I was kind of talking about the Cardinals offense that day. We broke down both of them. We didn't have a whole bunch to say, but Mike McCarthy just doubled down on that. And they did kind of scheme things up. But one of the biggest conclusions that I walked away from this, Will Steele, we're going to talk about this when the film comes on, is the best way to beat scheme is better dudes. And we always come on here and talk about better dudes. You know what I mean? And y'all can scheme stuff all you want, pin and pull stuff. Will Steele, you did a fantastic job talking about that on your show earlier this week. But there was sometimes, Will, I don't care what your scheme is. Jonathan Hankins got a whoop Froed Holt every time. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
It just is what it is, bro. Oso Digizua is one of our guys. We love him to pieces. There should never be a time where Will Hernandez gets to hold you up for a little bit. It's not a thing. It should never happen, right?
No,
I ain't had the shit load up. My bad. I was ready to hit the button.
Didn't happen.
No way. It should never happen, right? There were actually a handful of times we just talking about run fit here where somebody blow up the puller, block happens, and the guy that's supposed to make the play is like a Donovan Wilson guy. Donovan was supposed to make some plays. I think he found himself out of position trying to play hero ball a little bit. A lot of crazy little things happen just by if we just do us, and if we just take care of our responsibility and we beat the dudes we supposed to beat, a lot of this don't even happen. I got confidence that for the rest of the season we could just go back to being who we are. Dan Quinn kind of blamed it on juice. We just ain't had the juice. We didn't fly around like we normally do. We just didn't play to the energy that we normally standardize. You know what I'm saying? They let us say standard. We didn't keep that standard. I ain't got Dan Quinn today because I ran out of time. But moving forward, I feel better about defense and his run fits, Will Steele. It's just that you got to beat your dudes and you got to be in the right spot. You can't play hero ball, but all that can be fixed. You know what I'm saying? I think all those things can be fixed moving forward. You had something before I move on, Will Steele?
I mean, I think it's fair to question just how prepared we can be to deal with this type of offense next time we see it, because this is the type of offense that has always given us trouble. Yeah. Right? Even with this type of defense, in the sense of the top players you got. You know, sure. D-Law was there last year during this sometimes, Micah, those guys. So, you know, I would love to go dominate a game against this type of off, so we know it can be done for 4 quarters, right? Not, hey, you played pretty solid, but then when they needed to do X, Y, Z, they did it. Yeah. So, this should piss them off. This should be something that they go back and look at, and they need to watch the film, because like you said, a lot of it was gap fits, and I saw Hankins a lot of times just kind of giving them that gap because of a late shift or something like that.
Moving over.
And I know we was making fun of Marv yesterday because he basically was like Dan Quinn. But one of the things he did say that is, you should have heard him this morning. Anyway.
I should not have. No, I should not.
Bro, he went crazy. But one thing he did say that's true, and we've talked about this for 2 years now, is that Dan can get cute, right? Mm-hmm. And he'll have Micah Parsons at nose tackle. Then he'll put LVE at defense. It's like, hey, when you played straight up, when you had Mozzie and Hankins, or you had Hankins and Osa, or Mozzie and Osa, and you had your traditional ends, and you played straight up ball, you had some success at that because your better dudes whooped their dudes. So I would like to see them not get cute against this type of team and just allow your guys, they got to stay disciplined, to use their natural abilities.
Coach Mike McCarthy, shouts out to Aisha too. She's doing fantastic work over in the media sector. She asked Coach about the deep ball. You know, we run the whole West Coast situation. You know, we don't have a whole bunch of, you know, downfield players, Will say. You know what I'm saying? When we throwing, we getting rid of the ball quick, but it ain't that far downfield. I would love for them to work on that and address it at some point. But she was asking, yo, Coach, what is happening with the deep ball? She ain't say it like that if I said it like that. What's up with the deep ball, Coach? And Mike McCarthy said it like this.
Vertical game, you know, frankly, you got to look at how they played too. You know, so that when they had a cap on it, they're early. You know, there wasn't a lot of 7 steps. I think we took one 7-step drop, and that was by design. And you know, and that might have been maybe a slight overreaction from me, you know, based off of having the 3, you know, new starters up front.
So they had a cap on it early. They wasn't giving it to you. At some point they'll give it to you, but if you playing against any team, they're going to start off not letting you beat them deep, but you got to earn beating somebody deep, right? Whether you beat them upside the head with the run game or a short pass or whatever.
Especially that type of defense, vision defense.
Especially that defense. But when you earn deep ball, then you got to take it. Now, when the opportunity was there to go deep ball, Mike McCarthy was basically talking about the change in his lineup. 60% of his offensive line had to get changed out last minute, and that's massive. That's huge. Like Tyron Smith got hurt like what, Saturday night or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like damn. All the rest
playing.
Yeah. Like you just had game day decisions for two of these guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that can kind of mess with your plan a little bit. So when you go, all right, I got 1 and 2 possibles, and now all right, game time, ready to start.
None.
You down 60% on your offensive line. Yeah. Mike McCarthy admitted, man, I kind of got a little timid with my, you know what I'm saying, with the idea of what we're going to do vertically here. And Mike, dropped a bunch of jewels here. We're going to go into it. But, maybe the idea of we can't run 7-step drops because Brock Hoffman at center. And they play Lakey Fotu and the boys in a zero tech, head up over the center. So Mike may feel a little better about Tyler Bigadish blocking somebody head up
100%
than Brock Hoffman would. I'm sure that Mike McCarthy didn't have a problem with Tyler Smith playing left. Tyler Smith was damn near undefeated besides falling down once in like his very first play or something like that. Besides that, Tyler Smith whooped everybody else. But then there's the idea that, hey, man, if it's Tyron Smith versus Zaven Collins, boy, do I feel good. Yeah. But damn, Chuma Adoga, Tyron got hurt Saturday. You know what I mean? And he's working out with us now. So Chuma Adoga, like, I don't know if I got as much faith here. And the Cardinals, they like what, 3rd in sacks or something like that coming into the season, just week 3 or whatever.
They were 2nd, but I thought that was a facade. They were 17th in pressure. But anyway.
Well, I get it, but that is Chuma Adoga at tackling. Boy,
Chuma, yeah.
We have seen
different, yeah.
Oh, look, Will, still trust me. If this is Tyron, Tyler, Zach, and Terrence, I ain't got no problem with this. I ain't got no problem at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Jonathan Ledbetter don't scare me when Zach over there, but hey, that's all right. TJ Bass, another test for you. There's no test when Tyron and Zach are on the field. You know what I'm saying? So maybe Mike McCarthy saying, hey, we can't call 7. Well, he chose not to call 7-step drops because that's Hoffman and TJ right there. I actually made a joke when we was watching Patreon. We'll still patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. We watched D-line today, O-line yesterday. I actually made a joke that Tyler Smith and Terrence Steele, like, they can't even count on somebody like solid being next to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't like, okay, the line's bad, but at least Tyler is next to Tyron. It's like Chuma, Tyler, and then all the way over here is Terrence. You know what I'm saying? Like there was no goods next to each other. We was down so many guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
he got
spooked a little bit, and I get it. But let's keep listening.
So and that's part of the game.
Oh, that's all he had to say. I probably should have let him. You
probably should have just let him finish that one.
I probably should have quit talking so goddamn much. Let him finish, huh, Voch? Let him finish, Voch. Goddamn.
I actually don't mind this, Voch.
Sure.
Him admitting this.
Yeah.
And not just him admitting it, but I think it's something that I'm gonna say probably is gonna sound bad to y'all, but his overreaction actually worked. It just didn't work in the red zone.
Sure.
But his overreact, you got 400 total yards. You got in the scoring position 6 out of 7 possessions after the first possession. Like, it worked. But here's what I love. He said, you know what? I probably overreacted. I probably could have did a few more 7-step drops.
Sure.
So imagine in an overreaction, the shit worked, but it can be better, right? And he's not too prideful to say, hey, if I got to adapt, which he talked about doing, I'll go back to the drawing board and adapt, and that will happen, right? We have the physical evidence of him getting fire thrown at him the day of the game, and he adapted, and it worked enough to the point where you should have been converting down in the red zone.
Yeah.
So between the 20s, his overreaction had some good things happen with it. However, you can always look at whether you do good or bad. You take something out of that to get better at. So I'm not that upset that he overreacted. I'm glad he admitted it. Now let's figure out, okay, now I know I can drop back a little bit against that type of defense because you ain't dealing with no, Fletcher Cox or anybody like that on the interior. If I run into that situation again, I know we can handle it. So
yep.
I ain't mad at the overreaction.
Fantastic analysis there, Will. Still, I got some clips about Coach talking about the red zone. That'll be Schottenheimer talking about the red zone. But I wanted to pair this last clip with another clip that Mike McCarthy talked about later on. You know, I love to pair my little clips together, Will. Still, he was talking about the deep ball. Later on, somebody asked him, "Hey, Coach, you said blah, 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 blah. You wanted to get Michael Gallup involved. He got involved. This week, Brandon Cooks, blah, 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 blah. You want to get Brandon Cooks involved next week or whatever?" And Mike McCarthy said a little bit something interesting when he was talking about Brandon Cooks. This is what he said.
Brandon, you know, some of the things that you look to do, you know, the week's prep, you know, in the way the final lineup ended up, you know, those things factor too.
Translation: I fully intended to go crazy with Brandon Cooks and these 7-step drops that we thought about going with. Boy, this would have been a great week to go deep ball. Will, still, me and you talked about it. Brian Broaddus and Bobby Bell, who are friends of ours. We all talked about it, right? These young corners, they like to take some chances. We just gonna beat the shit out of them on the outside. This would be a fantastic time to use deep ball versus Brandon Cooks. That requires a 7-step drop. But boy, when you wake up in the morning, like, Coach, it's gonna be Hoffman, TJ, and Chuma. Okay, well, I like Chuma. That's cool. Nah, Coach. It's gonna be Chuma at left tackle. All right, cut all that shit out. Cut all that shit out. But Scott, that's not the first time we've heard about Mike McCarthy cutting shit out on the fly. Like when we went to the Giants game, it was a little different because the defense played a little different. But in the Giants game, you know, when the weather came, Mike McCarthy said, "All right, we got this weather thing we about to do. We about to change the plan."
That was a plan. That was planned through the week though. That's different.
So they had weather planned throughout the week?
Yeah, they practiced that. They were practicing with a wet ball. They had a whole plan. There wasn't no plan. There was no practice for Chuma, TJ.
I tell you, I was about to say you don't practice. You don't practice for Brock Hoffman. That's
not with 2 days notice. No, you don't do that.
Tyler Biadasz was probably like the one dude on the roster, right?
That they knew, but they knew that Friday though.
Will, still if you looked at how this roster was built, everywhere is depthful. I know I made that one up. I could have just said deep. Every other position
depthful's crazy.
I'm gonna say depthful. Every other position was depthful except for center, right? It was just Biadasz and practice squad characters. Jack Harlow, little brother, and Brock Hoffman was just practice squad guys. We're just gonna bring them up every now and then. And I bet they was going, "Hey man, I hope Tyler don't get hurt," and then Tyler gets hurt. And it's just nonsense, bro. But yeah, I just paired both of those things together. I imagined that the plan was to get Brandon Cooks going vertically, but Brock Hoffman's playing center for you and a couple other things. Let's finish what Mike McCarthy had to say.
So, but yeah, I mean, I think Brandon does a tremendous job, and we're playing him in some spots and doing some things that
moving around.
I think we can build off of moving forward. Some of the routes we've run with him.
Moving around, you got some routes that you can build off of moving forward. Sounds good, Coach. Sounds good. Hopefully, when we go and play Belichick and them, we don't know what to expect with Belichick and them.
Oh, I got a head start on them.
Okay.
I can't wait. We can't wait to talk about them tomorrow.
Okay. I haven't gotten into that because Mondays and Tuesdays are long days, but Wednesday morning we definitely gonna get into it, Master William. But sure. That's that just led me to believe that Brandon Cooks was gonna be a part. Brandon Cooks vertically was gonna be a part of this plan here. Somebody asked. I wish I know who asked, and we just biased. Oh, Aisha Morrison said, we call her out, but everybody else, one of them cats was like Mike McCarthy. Tony Pollard got the ball a whole bunch. Coach, what's the balance you gonna do moving forward with like Tony getting his rest and running back usage? You got Dowdle and a couple other characters you can give carries to. Do you kind of slow down on Tony? Do you keep Tony on that pace? What's the vibes gonna be like? They ain't say it like that, but that's how Voch said it. But Coach responded with this.
Definitely. I mean, we're very conscious of it. Especially the last 2 weeks. I mean, really, frankly, it'll affect Wednesday's practice for a number of guys. But I think also, it's part of the ebb and flow of the game. You get behind, and you start pushing a little bit, and then I think it's human nature. But yeah, very conscious of it. I mean, Deuce didn't get the work that I anticipated. So as far as the package that we had for him, so and part of that was just the way the game went.
I wonder what the Deuce package was gonna be like. Will Steele in this game in particular, I wonder what the Deuce package was gonna be like that they didn't get to.
So he said they had one and he didn't use it.
Yeah. He said that he had planned on using Deuce a bunch more. The Deuce package is what he called it. But because of how the game went, just game flow and things of that nature, he didn't get a chance to get to the Deuce package.
Yeah, they needed to get to it. I don't know why. I mean, it's look at me defense, so a whole bunch of zone, but I don't care. Like I had this thought when I saw on Twitter, somebody was like, "Hey, I got your red zone fix." You know, Deuce Vaughn kind of just joking around. I'm like, "Hey, look, if you are in that weird no man's land in the red zone where you're like between the 7 and 15 or 20 yard line, I think Deuce would be fantastic right there.
Yeah,
you know, I think he'd be fantastic. So I don't think we should ever. I mean, it's just maybe it's biased because I like Deuce, but we shouldn't ever be like, you know what? Game flow said, let's not put the ball in Deuce's hands. Like, nah, bro. He needs to give him a series or two. Like, yeah, just a little series or two. We don't need to give Tony Pollard 25 touches a game. Like we can chill out with that. Yeah. So.
I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I don't want to say surprised because we knew how his get down was. It's just I'm glad it's working in real life games. But like Rico Dowdle is doing just fine in some of those spots. Like you just give him the ball. It sounded crazy, man, but he's doing Marion Barber things. When I first heard it, like when mini Marion Barber type shit, I don't remember. But when I first heard it, right, I was like, man, that's just because he got dreads and Rico that ain't no Marion Barber. But
that's what you thought when I said that?
Yeah, you know, me and you, and we was probably fresh off a fight or something. You probably just chastised me the day before, and then you said it was like Marion Barber, and I was ready to get you back. So I don't know
vibes. I mean, I still don't think he's Barber, but he gives off those vibes because he has the contact balance and he runs angry. I mean, I don't know how we watch those two and like, there's similarities, but Barber's a legend here, so I ain't going that far yet. But there's those vibes. That's what I'm saying.
And when they throw these Texas screens or these slow screens or whatever, Rico's the one catching them and running with him. He had a nasty little play where he was good as lost behind the line of scrimmage. But hey, he runs.
Looked like Barry in that play. Remember that game against the Patriots?
Yeah. So hey, come on, man. Shouts out to Rico. If Rico stays healthy, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Use all three of these backs, man. I mean, I'm not complaining about. They ran for 185 yards, so I'm not going to complain too much. But continue to use all three of them. So once we get to the playoffs, you're not saying, hey, Tony Pollard had 400 touches. That's a bit much.
And don't forget my favorite running back, Kevontae Turpin, will still because you got to get Kevontae Turpin the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Deuce Vaughn or Turpin. I mean, I know you keep Kenyon, but Kevontae Turpin had a real role in this offense the first 2 weeks, and both him and Deuce Vaughn, they didn't get anything. Turpin had 2 snaps.
Yeah. Brock Hoffman must have spooked the shit out of him. Ain't nobody getting nothing, boy. Ain't nobody get involved. That's crazy,
bro.
Boy.
And even if you want to go all the way into X's and O's, we didn't even run the same passing plays. Like we didn't do double slants. We didn't do any rubs. It was like he got spooked. Yeah.
That motherfucker said we ain't doing nothing. Scrap everything. we just gonna try to get out of this and go again next week. All right, y'all want to call it to the show? The number's here. We still got some work to do. Hold on, but if y'all want to call the show, get in before like 4 o'clock. Y'all know I locked some phones up around 4. They asked somebody about red zone woes. I don't know if this is where I started Schottenheimer and ended at McCarthy. I don't know, but they asked somebody about red zone woes. When your offensive line is young, is it more because of your offensive line, or is it just because you having red zone woes? Is it your scheme or whatever? Schottenheimer said this. I remember because I remember saying he was bullshit. Here's Schottenheimer.
No, I think, overall, I thought the guys that had to step up played really well. I thought I'll start with Brock. I think, we didn't miss a beat in terms of the communication, the leadership. He's still got the same cover and finish that Tyler Biadasz has. So I thought
whenever they say, hey, how did Brock Hoffman do? And he started talking about leadership and they talked good and all the calls got made, you know what I'm saying? That kind of lets you know what the hell Brock Hoffman did. We'll keep on.
I thought he did a really nice job communicating. We tried to go silent, or we started to use normal cadence at first, and that was one of the false start penalties we had. We couldn't hear, so we had to adjust that. But I thought he played really well. TJ Bass is a young player that we've talked about in here from time to time. Big, strong, physical. His ability to recover when he gets edged or beat on an inside or outside move is really impressive. His lower body strength, his ability to stay connected to the ground is really good. And then, Chuma's just been a guy that's been able to do so many good things for us, whether it's guard, tackle, whatever it is. So, hey, injuries are part of this business. I thought we adjusted. I don't think that was part of the red zone problems. I think the red zone bottom line is we just kind of shot ourselves in the foot. if you put yourself in third down and long in the red zone, it's hard. And so
true.
I think that's where we got to look, and we got to find a way of winning first and second down there. Too many third and longs. And so what happens is you get shell defense, or you get where they play soft umbrella. They try to make you throw the ball underneath, and that's kind of hard. So a big emphasis for us is going to be getting ahead of the sticks down in the red zone. That's throwing the football, running the football efficiently, and then, in terms of, playing above the 2.3.
And Will Steele did a fantastic job talking about this, and even with the whole Zeke conversation, and we'll talk about personnel a little bit later. Those Zeke touchdowns, like we was on the goal line and we ran Jalen Hurts with Zeke. You know what I'm saying? All right, 1 yard line, let's go get it. Third and goal from the 6, that ain't like guaranteed handoff, get us here, right? That's all right. We have to throw into the end zone, because it ain't like it's 3rd and 5 from the 8 where we could get a first down, right? You get more room, you get a couple more plays. You ain't got to aim directly at the, at the goal line or the end zone. You have a little more wiggle room there. And what Schottenheimer said, and Will Steele also, is that when you get behind the sticks any kind of way, whether that be negative play or penalty, in which that happened a couple times, dog, when you get in these 3rd and goals from the 7, and you just got to aim at the end zone, that's tough. It's tough to beat that. I don't care what personnel group you got. I don't care what dudes you got in there. 3rd and goal from the 7+ is ridiculous.
I mean, but you gotta have a better plan than that, though.
I agree, but we ain't talking about like 3rd and short on the 1.
No, from a running standpoint, yes. If that's what you're talking about, I'll stick to that.
Sure.
Yeah, you're not, but no one's running the ball on 3rd and goal from outside the 5 yard line for the most part, right? You're throwing the rock. Sure. And I don't think we had a great plan. Yeah, Coach, I get it. You're right. That it sucks to be 3rd and goal from the 15 yard line. That doesn't happen.
That's killer.
That does not happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But where he was saying is we got to be better on 1st and 2nd down so that we can get to 2nd and goal from the 2,
sure.
2nd and goal from the 3, 3rd and goal from the 1.
Can't get behind the sticks, right?
You can't get behind there, because then, like you said, talking about running backs and Zeke, that had nothing to do, with not being able to punch it in. We were running the ball from 1st and goal at the 15.
Yeah.
And getting like 5, or 2nd and goal from the 12 and getting 4, but now it's 3rd and goal from the 8. You know what I'm saying? So, and if you go watch, I already did this whole thing, broke it down with the offensive line and scheme. That was your main issue, but we got to be better, like you said, on 1st and 2nd down there, or in that game at least, so that we can get to those easy. Oh, it's 1st and goal from the 2. That's automatic, man. I mean, we've been there. We did it in week 2. You scored 2 touchdowns, a rush touchdown, and another rush touchdown, 2-point conversion. And obviously in week 1, you had 3 rushing touchdowns in 1st and goal situations inside the 5. So it's come on, man. We can do this. It's not a personnel thing. I think you had a problem with schematics and a problem blocking it. Run game wise.
It was a lot going against you. Speaking of personnel, Coach said this.
Again, every year is different. Each week is different. I think this is more of,
in context. They was like, "Hey, Coach, you missing Zeke and Dalton Schultz," and he should have said no. But in context of personnel, this is what Coach said.
Something for us where, again, like I stated earlier, it's not a personnel issue. It's more of, hey, how do we get ourselves in 2nd and manageable? How do we get ourselves in 3rd down and manageable where you're not up against it a little bit? And again, that's got nothing to do with 3rd down. That's got to do with, let's not have penalties, right? We shot ourselves in the foot a couple times yesterday with some penalties. I think of the 7, we had 3 in the red zone. That certainly hurt you. But this is not a matchup thing. We've got terrific players, and we just have to execute better. We have to coach better. And when the plays are there to be made, we have to do those things. And it'll be a big emphasis for us this week. We'll get it started early. We'll rep the hell out of it. We'll make sure that we feel good about the plan. But again, it's certainly not something to do with our players. We have really, really talented guys that we feel very good about. And like anything, when you have something that you struggle with, what do? You emphasize it. And the way our players are wired, they're going to bounce back and they'll accept that challenge. And I think we'll play really well this week down there.
I hope we get Deuce Vaughn involved and Schoonmaker and all those characters. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got Deuce. We got Deuce. And something else that Schottenheimer said that Dak was saying also in the post game. He was like, we was close on a lot of them. You know, we was close on one of the Cooks passes. We was close on one of the Lamb passes. You know what I'm saying? The Gallup stuff or whatever. We was close. We just got to execute, finish, got boom, boom, boom. So
what's the saying? This ain't horseshoe.
Ain't horseshoe? Yeah. All right, let's get into some film, man. Will still talked about the red zone woes on offense. Y'all go check him out. A to Z Dallas on YouTube in the morning. I'm gonna talk about some of the issues we had. Got a couple of big plays here. Got about 5 big plays here that we gave up on defense.
Let me know when you're ready.
None of them shits is fun. Yeah, I got you. I'm just finding my little spot here. All right, cool. Here we go. You can go ahead and pull that up now.
Here we go.
All right, so we're just gonna run this and then we're gonna come back and talk about it. Right, this is my first of 5 plays here. This was the first one, the Josh Dobbs run, and you know we got to stop, man. We gotta figure out something about these quarterback runs. This was a little different because this goes into like design run territory. This ain't like we was passing the ball and you know nothing else happened, so he just dipped out. Nah. This was just zone read, boom, 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 go get it. So they're reading Micah Parsons. And I don't even want to say Micah's the problem here because they'd have gave it to Connor. He'd have been fantastic.
Micah got to trust his teammates, bro.
He do. I agree. And I do think moving forward, Will, still, since you said that, I think moving forward, I think it should be, you know, worked on during the week. Like in these read, like these zone read situations, like don't bite. Like let them hand the ball off to James Conner or whatever, right? Because if they hand the ball off to James Conner, then, you know, Hankins isn't fine. You know, like he's fine right here. Van Der Esch is there. Damone Clark is there. D-Law dealing with the puller is there. It turns into a one-on-one when you bite, when you bite on the running back. Now this turns into Josh Dobbs versus Donovan Wilson here. And there was a couple times watching this film, Will, still, I think, you know, Donovan was trying to make all the plays. I think he was just trying to make all the plays. When in real life, if he just kind of stays at home, he's fine here, right? Let me go back to the wide view.
He pushes Dobbs back in.
Yeah. Like if he just kind of hangs around and just reads right here, he's in fine position. Whether Dobbs goes outside or inside, he's in fine position. I said on Patreon also, even if he gets blocked right here, cool, just like beat your blocker, but deal with backside if backside happens. Every single run fit on every single play, there's a in case something goes backside situation guy, right? That'll be J-Ron, that'll be Donovan right here. I understand that he saw James Conner work in this direction and Donovan wanted to get a piece right there, but this is already beat. In the National Football League, this is beat right here. So all Dobbs got to do is hit the outside, he gone, and then he missed tackle on the back end to get 15 more yards. So
let me tell you, this was a fantastic play call by the Cardinals.
Please.
The Cowboys just lost the guy. They heard all this stuff going on in the media. They were pissed off. They were, you know, fired up, and they were headhunting. Mm-hmm. They knew they were going to be headhunting. They literally said, we're going to test them right away and see how disciplined they're going to be. And it failed. All you had to do was quite literally be disciplined here.
Stay at home.
Even if Micah isn't, right? If Dono stays, he bites really hard. If Dono stays, that Dobbs has to plant his foot and cut inside. First of all, this guy's not Michael Vick. So if he cuts, if he plants his foot and cuts inside, it slows him down. Maybe instead of 44 yards, it might be 10, 15 max, right? Because Micah will hawk him down, or I think it was 28 would have came down, Hooker. So, you just got to stay disciplined. But fantastic call by the Cardinals because they took advantage of their aggressiveness.
Over time, James Conner just started getting busy on this defense for different reasons. So at some point, you would have to, make some adjustments to try to deal with run game, or you would feel like you had to compensate for that somehow. I think it's a bad spot that we ended up putting these guys in, right? You know, we had this deep dig, this deep crosser here.
Yeah, the sail route. I mean, that's
Sail route, yeah, sure.
staple in it, kind of. I mean, but
made me sick.
hey.
When you one high like this, and let's just also say this about the Cardinals receivers, they are like speedy guys, right? So they can run, right? But if you respect speed too much, and you just happen to be one high, and you just happen to have a gang of dudes in the box or whatever,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to get a lot of room in the middle to just move around the man coverage like this. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be a lot of room like this. And you can't really ask Gilmore to keep up at
this
at
is
this point.
If I had to guess, this is on J-Ron.
If anything. But if I had to look at J-Ron, right? J-Ron being one high guy, Hollywood Brown kind of running past him right now, and you know, it kind of puts him in the spot.
If he was worried about Hollywood Brown, he would have been turned his hips. Like, go back.
Sure.
Go back to the starter play. That's not enough depth. Like, look at the depth between J-Ron Curson and Donovan or Deron Bland.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if your assignment was to stay on the roof, then you get on the roof, right? Or at the snap, you turn your hips and you run. Sure. It looks to me like he's kind of just playing rover a bit, kind of just figuring things out. Mm-hmm. And if you peeped kind of the stance of Gilmore, he's inviting inside. So I'm going to push my guy inside because I got help inside.
Yep,
but
he's his own.
Yeah, right. But J-Rock kind of gets lost in no man's land. Like you said, kind of worried about Hollywood and also worried about the deep crosser. He realizes the deep crosser's coming and he flips his hips back around, but it's too late. Keep going. Right there. That's where he knows, okay, the deep cross. The ball's not even out yet, but he knows it's going there because look.
He's turned around. He's turned around to go back and get it, but
he's like, shit, Gilmore pushed him to me and I let it go.
Yeah. Nonsense, man. I don't like it. But let me go see what my pass rush look like. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if my DB is gonna be having issues like that, man, you know, can my pass rush at least help? I mean, Michael was close, and it was many times. Let me go back. It was many times. Will Steele. I was like, man, if we just had one more tick. If we just had one extra little, you know, whatever, you know, where would it be? But Josh wasn't even holding the ball very long. Let me see. Just snap, play, 1,001, 1,002. That joint gone. Gone. So that's that, man. You know, just big plays, man. Chunk plays. Dan got on podium and talked about it. I heard him talk about it, you know, but I ain't say the clip because, you know, we got to go live at 3 and I was listening to him at 3. So I ain't, you know, get a chance to save it or whatever, but annoyed the hell out of me. Let me just run this real quick. A lot of nonsense happened right here. I just didn't like.
That was so much trash.
Yeah. So if the Cardinals are trying to pin you outside, I mean, if they're trying to pin you inside to get bodies outside, the one thing you can't do is aid.
Everybody just crashes inside, bro.
You can't aid. You can't aid being pinned inside. I wrote down everybody I had a problem with. Hold on, let me go back. I wrote down, you know, Hankins
whole right side.
So look, Hankins really don't do nothing for you here, but I just want him to beat Froho so bad. Let me just run this. You know, Hankins doesn't help you in this at all because it's outside, right? But I just want Hankins to just deal with Froho, just start bullshit.
That shit wouldn't matter. He got
double. Like I said, Hankins had nothing to do with this, right? This is about 99, 11, 55, and 6. All this right here, dog. They pitting the shit out y'all, and they getting big people in space. J-Ron can't do nothing with Paris Johnson like this, and James Conner just walks in the end zone, bro. Will, this made me sick. Go
look at Dono at the end. He knows somebody done screwed up. It might have been him, but go peep his reaction. Like maybe he's looking for a flag. I don't know.
But hey, he look. Actually, don't watch Donovan Will Steele. Watch Will Hernandez, the right guard. I'll tell you what he mad at. Watch Hernandez, the right guard. Here we go. Follow. That's Donovan right there. That's what he mad at.
What the the tackle. Yeah.
He just go.
Yeah, he kind of did tackle.
Yeah. But as far as Donovan getting beat, Donovan got beat. You can't miss. He got to be right there. Even if he barely got blocked.
There you go.
Even if you barely got blocked, right? Just this over right there, it's done. It's done. And James Conner got you to the outside. That's it.
Bro, we had this conversation in Philly last year. In Philly, stop playing hero ball.
Yep.
Do your job. Trust your teammates.
Yep.
Don't turn around looking for a flag. I know he pretty much tackled your ass, but But whatever. You know what I mean? If you stay home, you force that back inside. Now they did better in the 2-point conversions.
Oh yeah. 2-point was, we ain't gotta go back. But 2-point, 2-point got it done. They got in their gaps, stuffed it up, and they just beat the dude in front of them. Will Steele, basically, hey, you just line up, beat who in front of you, you win. A lot of this happened all in one half though. Will Steele. This was all in like second quarter and shit. Let's see, what play was this? This is, oh yeah, okay, cool. This Rondale Moore. All right,
we'll
just
he might need to be a running back, by the way.
The conference has been locked.
Let him be a running back.
Hey man, think about the personnel group here, Will Steele. This just something I know as we was watching this on Patreon. Think about the personnel group, because Rondale's technically not a running back. He's a receiver. So you got receiver, tight end. You know what I'm saying? So just boom, boom, boom. If Marquise Bell running with running backs, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But if Rondale Moore is your running back and Marquise Bell got to run, two things beat Marquise Bell right here. One, the blocker beat him. But even if the blocker wasn't there, I just don't think that's a good matchup for Marquise Bell to be running around with Rondale Moore. Now, what pissed me off is how did this blocker get here? It just wasn't a great day for Hankins altogether. I don't know.
Dipped right inside.
I don't know what this about, man. We typically don't do this. You know, like if it's a gap exchange on some passing down, we might do it. But it was a couple times Hankins just like, all right, I'm gonna start in one gap. I'm just gonna move around, and it was wide open.
It's like he has this one gap mentality when I don't think you can do that against his power team. You need to get in 63's shirt
and beat him.
You know what I'm saying? Instead, like you said, last second. This is the play. This is the exact play I'm talking about. Last second, you just invite 72 to turn you and then allow 63 to get up on Bell. Bell's not built for that. Like you need Bell coming downhill cleanly. Bell's not built for that. And I know people might say holding, but it was a wrap. Yes, you could have got called back, sure, but Bell wasn't touching the guy because 63 moved him 3 yards out of the way.
Yeah. Just a lot of little mess, a lot of little nonsense. I actually wrote down this timestamp. Will Steele at 23:41. I actually wrote this down. I was like, Jonathan, if you did this all game, we'd have been straight. This is what I said. If you did this all game, we'd have been straight. Everybody, just whoop in front of you.
But even right there, watch how he jumps the gap.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what was the plan here? Because this wasn't a one-off thing. This happened all game. We're jumping into and same thing with Osa. I think that was the plan. Whoever that is next to him. Who's next to him?
That's Mozzie.
No, that's to the other side.
Johnson.
Yeah, so I think their plan was to jump in these gaps here and just play guess. The problem is you play guess who, it'll work out like this. But when you miss, you create a lane. So I think the game plan was not smart. Definitely for Hankins and Mozzie don't need to be playing jump in a gap. Beat the dude up in front of you. If it's a slant, all right, if it's designed to go to, but let them beat the dudes in front of them so that these linebackers can run free, man.
And Scott, that's my ultimate point. The first thing I said, hey, scheme is cool, but the only thing that's better than scheme is better dudes. Better dudes win 9 times out of 10, dog. You can scheme me up all you want to, but if I'm Jonathan Hankins and I'm just whooping Froho, even if I'm wrong, like I make impact here. D-Law is better than these goofy tight ends. Get there. Chauncey is better than Wilkinson. Get there.
He split both of D-Law.
He's better. Get there. Mozzie, beat the shit out of Will Hernandez. Get there.
That was such a good rep by the defense, man. Look at everybody playing their duties.
Everybody patient.
Micah's not going in too crazy. Hooker's not crashing too crazy. He's ready to climb down in that lane. You got
J-Ron ready to clean up.
That is a sound rep.
Yep. But hey, man, better dudes, man. I got to make a shirt and or send it over to what's the name them after we figure out. But, better dudes, man. Better dudes win. And this very end, this was the big play at the end that kind of sealed it, I think. You just think we communication.
Everybody playing the right thing except J. Lou.
Except Jordan Lewis, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Communication was off. Will Steele, you think? He been around. I don't want to say he wasn't around.
This is inexcusable this late in the game where you needed to stop.
This can't happen.
Can't happen. And DQ talked about how they've covered this play well. historically. And I remember somebody asked me, "Hey man, I think it was B-Bro, what do you think about Hooker, man? I've seen him giving up big plays." I said, "That's not Hooker. That's not on Hooker, bro. That's Jordan Lewis who passed that along when he should have been passing."
Crazy. J. Lou passed that thing off to Van Der Esch. What do you do? You passed Michael Wilson off the.
Yeah, he's not supposed to pass that one. I think he's supposed to run with him.
Nah, that's.
I mean,
that's
if you go back and look, I mean, it's clear as day because you got J. Lou and Van Der Esch in the same damn zone. That's
something wrong.
What you're doing.
Something wrong. Hey man, it is what it is. It is a trashy film session. Look at let me just see what my pass rush look like. Let me see what my pass rush look like.
Micah, again, you said the extra tick, but I mean, it don't matter. The dude was wide open.
Yeah, but he was still. All he needs is just another second.
Out scheme, bro. Out scheme. Again, this is a great teach tape moving forward. Great teach tape because I wanted them to come out of that look, bro. I don't know if you remember. I think I was having a conversation with you via Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, get the hell out of this single high, bro.
Yeah.
Didn't do it.
There we go, man. Anyway. Hey, man, terrible film to get through. Now it's the end of it. I'm about to delete shit out the file. I don't need the file for nothing else.
Yeah.
About to be.
Done with the Arizona file. They're big files, too, in our computer. So that's going after today. I'm on to Cincinnati. On to New England.
But if anything, I will say, man, I was saying this to you also, right? I don't, we can be Kool-Aid guy all we want to be. I can buy in the hype all I want, you know what I'm saying? National media talking, whatever. I don't like it when teams when the media buys in us too much, or national media
I don't care about that.
buys in us. I mean, I agree. I feel you, but I'm superstitious, right? I'm superstitious. I don't want nobody thinking the Cowboys good. I want everybody shitting on us every single week. Right. And for some reason, we just a little more better that way. You know what I'm saying? But if we watch the TV on Monday and Rex Ryan and look, Shady McCoy is saying positive shit about us. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a little superstitious for whatever reason on that, man. I like my team having an edge on us a little bit, and hopefully getting our ass whooped by the Cardinals. That's what it is. The ass whooping by the Cardinals, we come out with a little more juice and we go beat the shit out of Mac Jones and them.
I'll let you have that one. I have a whole soliloquy on that, but go ahead.
Hey man, Will is the reason why we don't do roundtables before.
Oh no, not the superstition thing, bro.
Okay.
Just the whole. Who cares if they're picking us? Like at the end of the day, you really know what the agenda is. That should be the edge, in my opinion. The edge is to do something you haven't done in 28 years. Mm-hmm. Whether they talking about Super Bowl or not, we've been here before. We've been here where they're hyping us up or whatever. Certain people, not everybody. And then there's the other side that says, "Oh, well, they ain't gonna do nothing anyway." Stop. If they're still listening to that, they doing it wrong, bro. They doing it wrong, and I don't believe they are. I do think there is a different mentality with this team. I just think they just came out flat and got outplayed and outcoached. So you weren't gonna win them all. Now it's time to bounce back on to New England. I said Cincinnati, right? Speaking of Cincinnati, that game. Did you watch that game last night?
I was there. There's no way you was awake. No way you was awake, but hey,
bro.
Yeah, I mean, I know you was awake, but you shouldn't have been awake. It's like what 10 p.m. or something. But Joe and Trevor Lawrence and Lamar Jackson and them.
Stafford. I didn't realize he had 1 tutty and 4 picks in it this year. Had no clue. I mean, I understand he was throwing the Tutu and Puka. We sound like shit don't matter.
Some ghetto ass black people. Puka and Tuka them. You know what I'm saying?
Tutu nice though.
Yeah, they cool. But hey, it's just some people playing worse football right now, so it's all good. Let's.
I was legitimately shocked, bro.
Yeah, but
forget that. I know what you're saying. Forget that. I was just like, oh shit, 1 touchdown, 4 picks on the season. What's going on?
I don't think anybody's been real good besides like Tua. Like Tua's been ridiculous good.
Oh my God, I was watching that tape today. There was some throws. I was like, hey. Mike McDaniels, that's my guy, though. I would still give the form up for Mike McDaniels.
He dialed that bitch up, boy. I ain't gonna hold you. All right, let's go ahead and get into the phones, man.
All right, about to get into these phones, Cowboys Nation. Make sure y'all call in 202-926-1127. 309-104 is the access code. Come on in.
I ain't scared of you, mother.
What is on the screen? This phone. Yeah. We're still up here reading the number. The number on the screen. Why are you stalling? It's right there. right there.
Just in case somebody listening, you know.
Just in case they can't see. I got you.
That's it, yeah.
Let's get into it, man. We got 6 calls today. I still don't know how I feel about this one phantom call that I don't know who it is, but we might see depending on how I feel. Let's start with Mark though. See what he's talking about. What's up, Mark?
Hey, what's up, Bot? What's up, Steve? How y'all doing, man?
What's good with you, fam? What you got for the show today?
Marcus killed me.
Oh, not much, man. Getting the taste out my mouth. It's time to move on. Y'all know how it goes. Like, this is a long season. That was an ass game. They played like ass. Yeah. And whatever they get from the national media, they got it coming. But one thing I wanted to ask you guys is all that confusion that they got on defense. I was talking with somebody in the chat. Does Trayvon Diggs, is he calling the defense? I thought that was either J-Ron or LVE doing that.
You say was Diggs calling the defense?
Yeah, because they act like they was lost, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I know Diggs play a lot of cat coverage. He would pick a cat and he cover him. Yeah. So that lets a lot of guys roam around. Yeah. So I was wondering, you know, because you saw Micah and LVE, they was kind of going, kind of going back and forth by where the lineup and stuff like that in the first half. So has that changed at all? Was Diggs calling plays?
Nah. He was Diggs was he was chilling. I don't know what he was doing, but man, it was probably just an emotional week, man. It was an emotional week. There was a lot going on, and we just didn't play with a whole bunch of poise and discipline. But they'll get better.
Mm-hmm. Is that something you think we probably need to make an adjustment in? Because again, Diggs was kind of a guy that at least took his side of the field away. So is that something you think Dan Quinn and them might need to look at? Maybe they really need to stay in some softer coverages on the back end, at least until they figure out that they want to stop the run pretty regularly.
I don't think Bland did bad, and the coaches will tell you that Bland was fine. But I think once your pass rush gets going again, I think Bland will be even better. Will Steele said it a couple of days ago. He says, he texted me and told me because we're friends in real life. He says give Bland about 2 games and let him sit and get acclimated and let him mold over there and get good. You know what I'm saying? And get good, and then you add a better pass rush to it that's not playing hero ball. I think Bland will be just fine out there.
I got you. Well, that's all I got, family. Yeah, y'all stay up, man. Good show. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate you, Mark. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for tuning in, Big Dog.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Deron Bland was a guy that was actually one of the few players that Dan Quinn said had a good game.
Sure.
And it might not seem like it because the first possession, I think, gave up like a play or two. I think it was like a first down. But at the end of the day, 2 receptions, 23 yards, something like that.
Yep.
If you finish every game, 2 receptions, 23 yards, that's a fantastic game.
See, Will, while we watching the game, it feel like they really beating the shit out of us. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like the second quarter or something, and it just felt like Josh Dobbs was just smoking us. And I looked down and he only had like 70-something yards. I'm like, man, there's no way Josh Dobbs only got 70. It feels like we getting whooped worse than what we really are.
I mean, we was getting whooped in the first half.
I mean, I feel you. But he only had 70-something yards, you know what I'm saying? But as far as Bland goes, Bland gave up like a bigger pass, a shorter pass, and like a PI or something like that. So it felt.
Oh, yeah, he did have a PI too.
Yeah, was, dude just fell. And
I didn't like that PI at all. Like, how the hell y'all throw that flag, not the one later? Y'all picked that up, but
I didn't like
that's neither here nor there.
But there's a lot of nonsense. Yeah,
I peeped in the chat. I can't. My bad. I don't know who said it in the chat. If you are listening, you can say you said it. But I went back and looked. I didn't even peep this, but I think the big shot play, there might be something to what he's saying about who was it? Gilmore on the backside. Mm-hmm. Gilmore, he said everybody was playing essentially cover 2, even though that was a weird looking cover 2. That was cover 2 because usually you have 2 safeties, so I don't know if that's cover 2. But and Gilmore wasn't. Gilmore ran with his guy instead of, I guess, playing his zone, which again we would never know. But there might be legs to that. That maybe it was Gilmore, not J. Lou, that could have also been at fault there too. But there's something I was thinking about, like, oh, I think you're right.
Hey, I'm about to pull it back.
There's something to it.
I'm about to pull it back up while we get into the next call because this is a football friendly show. We love to get it right. You know what I'm saying? We love to do the research. We love to get the information. We love to get it right. So let's boom and boom and boom. We'll still go ahead and pull it up on the screen for me. Thank you, sir. I'm gonna get into this next call, and I'm gonna look over this as we talk to LA. What's up, LA?
I'm still.
Oh shit!
I'm still
I'm still them boys.
I couldn't even play the play.
That's as much as I got on that, though. Yeah, we got out coach, man. We got beat up. And you know what, Voch? I don't have nobody to blame. So you know who gets to get blamed? You and Sky.
No,
you know why? You know why? Because last week I feel like y'all was being mean to them dudes, man. Y'all was being super disrespectful. Y'all had say, I don't know if it was you or Sky who had said that Dobbs is arrogant.
Okay.
And it's one thing when we're playing against a dude that's actually like arrogant,
crack?
Whereas Dobbs ain't
Now,
scary.
so the cocaine's happening.
Yeah,
when does that crack come into play for you?
Did you hear what I said?
This what we doing?
LA.
That's what I said, Sir Lawrence. Cover 2 is single high. That don't seem right. Like
LA, who said that? Like we didn't say Josh Dobbs was arrogant.
No, I said he makes arrogant throws.
No. Oh. Somebody, it was a little loose comment where you was like, man, Dobbs out. I don't know if it was you or Sky. You was like, Dobbs out there playing arrogant, trying to run over.
Yeah, I said that, but what that got to do with them losing?
That's how that boy played.
No, he don't.
Maybe it came off.
These were wide open throws he was throwing to. Josh. All right, what's your point?
Well,
because I'm about to talk
point
about
is,
this.
it's our fault. We was confident in our squad on Wednesday, Voch, and it's our fault they lost.
Dudes wasn't ready to play. You know, it ain't no big rocket science thing to figure out.
But he's a rocket scientist.
We wasn't ready to play, man.
But he's a rocket.
So that just fall back on.
No, not that play.
He's not the Gilmore play.
No, you know what? I don't even know. I thought it was talking about the Wilson play.
Oh, okay. So I'll go. Okay.
But you know what? He might. I don't know what he's talking about. I didn't even think about this play.
All right, cool. Yeah. We about to go ahead, LA. Finish up real quick.
I wasn't talking about.
He's still on the phone.
No, I wasn't talking about a particular play from
not
the,
you.
From the game. I'm saying overall.
Not you.
You know, as a team, we went out there on some soft sucker shit.
Not you.
Thinking that they wasn't an NFL team.
What's talking about somebody else? Nah. I mean, we respect everybody, but that don't mean you can't predict whether you're gonna beat the shot teams or not. Because I thought we was gonna beat the Giants and the Jets, and we did. So
Man, I don't know, man. It just. Well, you know how you just got finished saying that you appreciate when we got a little bit of edge when the national media not really liking us.
Right.
As soon as they start talking good about us, it's kind of like a writing on the wall. These motherfuckers about to let me down.
Right.
I don't want none of that this year. I need my Super Bowl, man. Like, y'all need to come to the to the adults only Cowboy party right after we win this Super Bowl.
I will not. Hey, LA, appreciate you, man. I gotta get to this. I gotta get to this play real quick. I appreciate you, man. Hey, Will Steele, it's your fault. All right.
Yeah, I'm for the rest of the year. I'm picking the Cowboys to lose.
Yeah. I'm not.
It's fact. Yes. A similar event did.
About to turn into one of these told you so mother effers.
Hey, Law Nation texts us in the Illuminati roundtable. Chase says that was cover 3 and Gilly played man to man instead of on the big play with the knife route.
Which one?
I guess the first one that I just showed or whatever, the 353. So this one right here.
So that's the earlier one. So I thought the other guy was talking about the Wilson one. My bad.
Did you hit your mute button? What was it?
Scott? I'm muted. You can't hear me? Okay. Something just happened. Because of course we can't have nice things. What's going on, bro?
They got us up. Yo, check.
We're still up.
We still live?
I mean, we're still live. You dropped. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we still live.
It's showing streaming. Hey man, restream play too much, man.
No, restream straight. We still live, bro.
Hey, yo, Will Steele, that point you just made 2 seconds ago. Let's get back into it. Yo, that point you just made 2 seconds ago, fantastic. Okay, so Law says that was a cover 3, and Gilly played man-to-man instead on that big play on the night. So it's supposed to be
I think he's talking about the play I'm talking about.
Okay, cool. So let's move this out. Okay, so Gilly was supposed to play cover 3.
So cover 3, not cover 2. I'm guessing that guy said cover 3.
But it ended up being man-to-man. So let's see. Blank. Let's see.
Kind of makes not this one. Not this one. I don't think he's talking about this one.
Well, he says on the Gilmore knife route. So
Gilmore knife route.
Let's see. Let's see. Y'all doing good work.
I mean,
shouts out the foot.
It can't be that play because that's not Gilly's fault here. If it's cover 3, Gilly, Gilly, he can't do anything. I think we're talking about the other play. Go to the other play, the one where Wilson,
the Michael Wilson play, right?
Yeah, like because if Gillies drops back in his zone, then there's at least a body in that area.
So that's at 38-33. All right, here we go. So that's this right here. Let's see what this is. 38-33.
And this is where he kind of ran with his man. See? So if he's playing cover 3, then he's in that area, right?
Mm-hmm. So
that would then be on Gilly if this is a cover 3 defense. Obviously, we'll never know, but it's something I wasn't thinking about. I was thinking that Jay Lou should have ran with his man because everybody else was running. When I say everybody else, I mean Gilly and Deron Bland. But
my only retort, and I ain't saying nobody wrong because we don't know. But my only retort is Deron Bland's working towards the sideline, and I see Malik kind of working down and over too. Like if it's cover 3, you just bail into your
bail, and I can't imagine Gilly don't know what the hell he doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's all fucked up. It's all fucked. And if it
just feel like them playing what they play.
Then if it was cover 3, somebody would have to be in the flats. Like somebody, like in this case, Jay Ron will go to the flats, and like Jay Lou will go to the flats. Yeah. Now Jay Lou. Now look, if it was man and Jay Lou thought it was cover 3,
that's what Barry Church said.
Okay.
Barry Church said that. He said he believed that Jay Lou thought it was cover 3, but it was man.
That look like it makes sense. Like if everybody else playing man, but Jay Lou playing cover 3, that makes sense. And let's see. What was the alignment before this? Let's see. Gilmore's head up. Bland is
and usually if it's gonna be zone, you're bumping.
Right. But you know what? Nobody's traveling with
he did.
What's his face right here? So
yeah, that's interesting. I would love for them to break that down. What the miscommunication was here.
I would love to ask Dan, but Dan ain't gonna tell us shit.
No.
All right. Hey, look, I actually like this, Will Steele. We just come together. We just talk about the game, and we just break down the film and forensics it up. You know what I'm saying? But somebody in the chat also had some things to say, but I don't be listening to the chat no way, especially after lose to the Cardinals. But I did see Law Nation text us. Shouts out to Law Nation tuned in, and Fusty King is tapped in. Also appreciate you, sir. So let's get back into the phones, and I will, I guess, keep my eyes on the chat to kind of see what y'all's thoughts are, and we'll just go from there. Let me hit this button. Boom, boom. All right, cool. Somebody said it looked like it was Hooker's fault. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was told the first time, but I don't think that's on Hooker. Somebody completely abandoned their responsibility. Like somebody's that wide open.
Like Jay Lou looked like he the one that's wrong. Like he passed Michael Wilson off the Van Der Esch, like.
Or like the person said, possibly Gilly.
Or possibly, sure. Interesting. Water under the bridge, but I would still love to know what was going on there. MJ, what up?
What up, guys? How you doing?
What's up, Marv? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm doing good, brother.
Swatty Cop, appreciate you. What you got for the show today?
Well, me and Steele talked earlier. Steele know how I feel. Did he tell you?
Why would he tell me how you feel? Why would he tell me how you feel?
So y'all boys. Y'all supposed to know everything. Y'all talk every day.
We don't talk about this shit. We talk about other stuff that matters.
Bro, they think 24/7 we're Cowboys.
Nah. We talk about real life.
Lives outside of this.
Talk about life and kids
That's
and
true, that's true.
mortgages and shit. We're talking about
But
how.
you know, I was.
Go ahead, please.
You know, I was just.
I don't know.
I was telling about the defense on the run game.
Mm-hmm.
When your run game be out of control, that's how your DBs get torched.
Yeah.
That's when everybody be open. Because you're so worried about stopping the run.
Right.
And everybody trying to be hero ball again.
What's wrong with your throat, Marv? What's wrong with your throat? Clear your throat. Why you losing your voice?
I'm not losing my voice.
Yeah, you are. You just did again. You just lost your voice, Marv. Clear your throat,
But,
man.
we gotta make sure our run defense is good, man.
Yeah, of course.
That run defense every year.
Yeah.
You know, and I hate, like I said, I hate them Eagles because I work with a guy. He loves his Eagles.
He just did it again.
You know, he talking smack.
Right.
And like Steele said earlier,
what did he say?
Your boy threw 2 interceptions. Yeah. But their defense kept them down to 11 points.
Right. I talk nothing about that, man.
But I say something.
Will, they say shit about Jalen.
Say nothing about that, man. The Cowboys would have stopped the Cardinals, and even though Dak threw an interception, they still be talking about Dak.
I stay away from these type of conversations.
They hate Dak. That's how they make their money. They get hit when they talk about Dak Prescott.
They get what?
That's how they get.
They get what? Talking about who?
They get a lot of hits.
Talking about who?
Talking about Dak.
Oh, yeah.
Dak Prescott.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
So, but let's see what Dan Quinn come up with.
I mean, Dan will be all right.
Don't run for 200.
Huh?
All right, we'll see.
What you think Zeke gonna do?
I ain't got comp.
What you think Zeke gonna do? 15.
If the defense run out of their legs again, he's gonna run for 100 yards.
Just gonna ask him.
Just call him. Just he know. He knows what was going on. Yeah, Marv.
Because I ain't got confidence in. I just don't got confidence in the run defense, man.
Right. Well, Marv, we was fine.
Dan,
Marv, we
Dan
was
is y'all man.
Okay, please.
He ain't my man.
Okay, I'll let you.
Now Dan ain't your man after one. Are you on a bit? Is this a bit, bro? Because I got receipts in the all off season of you praising him, and now all of a sudden after one game, Dan ain't shit.
Yeah, I'm turning on Dan, man.
Right,
I had to.
That was somebody's background.
He gotta do this 6 games in a row to get my confidence.
He only had one bad game of defense. Now he gotta have 6 good ones. Are you crazy? God damn.
Yeah, I want 6 good run defense.
But Marv, Marv,
I want to see him against Philly.
Marv,
I want to see him against the Chargers.
Okay, what I'm saying now.
The Rams. I want to see.
Okay, please.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
False. Listen, okay, so Marv, so when we hold Saquon below 70, below 80 yards or something, and Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook together, like we hold them for less than 10, 20 or something like that. Like, what does that mean to you when we shut down those running backs, Marv? Why we got to get 6 in a row when we shut those guys down?
Because there's no way.
You don't know. You just making this up as you go. You making this up as you go, huh, Marv? You just making this up, ain't you?
There's no way the Cardinals should have ran for 182 yards in the first half. On supposed to be the Bears are the best defense.
Y'all the ones that kept trying to call them the damn Ravens. I said, can we at least just be the best in the league for now? Y'all want to put them in the history books, though. Marv, we done.
Yeah, they put themselves in the history book.
No, they didn't. Nobody said that. You said that.
No, they did.
Yeah, they said
Micah Parsons. They said that.
Micah, no, you said that.
That's true, though. That's true. Micah did that.
Okay, Micah said it.
No, they said that.
Micah said he did it.
Okay, Micah.
He said.
Okay, Micah said it. Okay. Well, I'm.
So I want to see what they do.
I'm trying to get the interview, Mark.
Stop New England.
I'm
trying
to get the interview.
Big test. See, can they stop the 49ers?
But Marv, like the 49ers got the best run game in the league, dog.
But they did that last year in the playoffs too.
And they did that last year, Marv. What you mean?
Yeah.
I know they did that last year. That was good. Do it again.
Do it 17 times. I feel you, Marv. But he ain't shit. So, Marv, you might as well just wait to the Super Bowl or wait to the playoffs and come on back. Ain't no need to call in here every day talking about Dan Quinn. Ain't
Marv, you married?
I'm ready.
Are you married, Marv?
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
No.
You ever been married before?
No.
Okay.
You married?
No. This ain't a back and forth, nigga. I mean, I ain't fighting, nigga. I'm just trying to make a metaphor. you making
okay.
I don't want to do it no more. You up here trying to fight me. I don't want to play no more. All right, Marv, I'll holler at you.
Go ahead. Let me hear what you say. Say what you're gonna say.
Nah, okay, cool. What you think Zeke and Ramondre gonna do that Bryce and Dalvin couldn't do, Marv?
Well, the difference is, let me give it to you straight.
Quickly, in closing. I know I asked you, but in closing.
They're gonna try to run. But the difference, just how this defense plays, they know they ain't got no running quarterback. Just when they play good.
Marv, let me ask you a question. So is the Cowboys defense mediocre?
That
motherfucker short circuited.
Let me check my Gmail.
I think that
motherfucker batteries came out. Is the defense mediocre?
60-40.
What that mean?
It's 60% right now.
60% what?
60% what?
Just all around. Okay.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
The banner.
All over. You been drinking, Marv?
Out of 100, I don't drink, bro.
60.
Out of 100, I'm gonna give them 60. I think they can do better. But them DNs, they gotta stop trying to rush the passer all the time. Hey, you know who haven't showed up yet?
Who that?
54. Where is he at?
Who? Sam Williams?
54.
Sam Williams?
54.
Sam Williams?
Yeah, where is he at?
60%. 6%.
Now, you got that right.
All right, Marv, I'm going down. I'll let you know. Marv made me sick, dog.
I mean, Sam ain't had the splash plays that we want. Not gonna lie, but
I do agree.
He got the 5 pressures though this year, but we need a little bit more. It's weird, right? We need more. These dudes just shut down everybody the first 2 weeks. This last game, they definitely got out schemed. No doubt about it. But I will say this: Marv always do drop something that does make sense. Which this is why I don't understand why he's all shook in his boots now.
Right.
Yeah, this Mac Jones. This ain't a running quarterback, and they're not finna run no RPO read option shit. So, so I think they'll be way better equipped to handle it. But yeah.
On the Sam point, do you think Sam's hurt or anything? Because he was hurt preseason. Well, you just think Sam just ain't showed up pretty good. You just think
look, last week everybody was not on their game, but the weeks prior you saw Sam getting pressures, but he ain't getting the sacks, right? And he made those splash plays in his rookie season. But if we remember, it took a couple weeks because we were talking about Sam like, hey, what's going on? And then boom, next thing you know, he's making plays. So.
Okay. I asked Marv if he drank. He was like, no, I don't drink.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it.
I'll let this whole thing play.
No.
You got a lot of me, Marv. All right, man. Let's get JR on the phone. See what he talking about. What's up, JR? What's up, bro?
Yeah. What's good, baby?
Hey, man. Life good. I can't complain about nothing, man.
Man, hold on now. Hold on now. I gotta pass the phone over, you know what I'm saying? Gotta let y'all holler at Coach Prime. Now look, when you look at that tape, I'm gonna tell you what you see. You see a whole bunch of grown men that just don't want to on that football field when it comes to that run game. You see? Because when you're 212 yards of goddamn football and they ain't got no Ferrari in that backfield.
It's Dion?
Playing like that.
It's Coach Prime.
He's playing scared. They didn't believe. Do you believe? They didn't believe. They didn't believe. The game plan showed them on tape. They didn't believe the scheme that they put in. And when they got on the field, they can't believe. If you can't believe in what you're doing, what you on darn field for?
Yo, he sound like Dion, bro.
He sounds like the darn field. Okay.
Let him go. Let him go. Keep going.
Okay.
You got the butt kick. No. They just got the butt kick.
Oh shit.
See, you gotta look in the mirror, and you gotta believe in that dog that you got. Yeah, you lost one dog. You lost one dog. But if you say you that dog, if you that one gonna shut down people and put on 30, 40 points, you know what I'm saying? You gotta know they coming for you.
He really lost his dog.
If you got that dog, you gotta let him walk. If you got that dog, you gotta let him walk. Do you believe?
Oh,
Do
man.
you believe?
Shit, I believe.
Yeah, we gonna see what's gonna happen this week. We gonna see what's gonna happen this week. Who really believe and who don't?
Hey, Prime, do God got you?
Y'all have a good. You know what I'm saying? We gonna send y'all some bus. When y'all on camera, y'all look good, baby. We need y'all to come on up the boat. We waiting on y'all to come up the boat. We need y'all. We need y'all. Come on now.
Please, Coach, I'll let you finish. Please.
That's all I got, baby.
Say, Coach, let me ask you a question. How much money you think Micah Parsons should make in 2 years?
Oh, hold on now. Hold on. Now, let me just say this real quick. You know, Coach Prime on camera about the Fox, but you ain't going to the Ferrari dealership ask for no discount.
God damn.
Okay. You got Ferrari right there. You got a Ferrari. You gonna have to pay down on that one, baby. You see that boy get out there? That boy got that dog in him, baby. He got that dog in him.
I be damned.
Every day. You can see he hungry. You can see he want it. He want it.
Hey, Prime.
In the eye and say, meet me there. Meet me there.
Hey, Prime, can I?
He
can't hear you. He can't hear me.
You know, that boy.
Can we get a theme music?
Right now. He got the MVP sitting at home in the house right now. If they just step up and do their job. Do the darn job. That's it. Do the darn job.
Hey, Coach, this was fantastic. The only way you can end this is with your darn theme music.
Now, hold on, boss. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know I love it. You know you're my dog. You know what I'm saying? But you know this ain't my show. This ain't about me.
Yeah, it is, man. It is.
They here to hear Sky and Bosh. So we got to end it on a Sky and a Bosh. We got to end it on a walk call. Go on and end that thing on that walk call, baby. Go on and end that thing on that walk call, baby.
Fucking Sky hit the button.
I don't got the theme music, but damn.
I thought you had it. Well, I just knew. I just knew here I goes going.
And we ain't coming because we here, baby. God dog, this is all I got.
Please finish. Hey, man. Hey.
He got me fired up.
Hey, look. What's good? He say you go out there, you lose the dog, and you lose by 30. I was like, man, that happened to Dallas and Colorado. I don't even know who he's talking about. You lose your corner. I said, hey. I wear glasses inside, Will Steele. I talk to y'all my glasses on. Oh, man.
Hey, that was fantastic.
Sir, I'm wearing my glasses the rest of the show. You hear me? I be damn.
He said, when you got a dog, you got to let him walk.
Hey, he say Micah Parsons a Ferrari. You don't walk into the Ferrari disc.
Looking for a discount.
Looking for a discount. I be damn. I'm gonna play that whole joint back. That's great. Hey, what if we? Well, still, you think we can? I don't want to bamboozle nobody, but you think the highlight package we can go? Coach Prime calls in the Voch Lombardi. Like, you think we can pull that off? Like as a, you know.
I mean, the volume seems to be into stuff like that. So.
I mean, we don't want to be phony, but shit, who
we can edit it up right?
But who gonna tell me that ain't Deion Sanders that just called our show? Who gonna tell me that ain't?
If y'all could have legitimately saw my reaction when he turned on Prime, because I didn't know he was turning it on.
Yeah, I was like, bro.
Prime. Bro. Hit us with the Dern.
Yeah, he said Dern. He said Dern. He was talking about dogs walking, and he started talking about money and looking good, dog.
I was waiting for him to hit him with the, hey man, when you look good, you play good. When you play good, yeah. I was waiting for him to hit us with that. Yeah, but that was good.
Oh man, Law Nation in chat said we got to change his name to Coach Prime. He ain't even JR no more. He just got...
Nah, he don't call it here. Call it here with the Prime voice. That was great.
Now what JR don't understand is he can never call in and be JR no more. He got to be just Prime the rest of his life, or we just gonna be ungrateful. That's just how it goes. That's how it goes. But it is what it is. Let's get you know what, this call that we don't know. It's unfortunate, and I want to hang up on them, but they've been hanging around this whole time, so maybe they solid. But
hey, let me tell you why Law is the best.
Why Law the best?
Give me my theme music.
Because I got the theme music playing right now. You can't hear it, but it's playing in the background.
Look, I can't. Hey, don't worry.
Shouts out to you, Law, but I'm gonna upload it. I'm gonna upload it.
Appreciate you, Jack. What up?
Hey, why even get started?
Who you gonna be, Jack? Who you gonna be? Who you gonna be for Halloween?
I'm gonna be Jack the Ripper. Hey,
Jack the Ripper.
Two things before I get started.
Okay.
Hey, Mom, you out your rabbit ass mind.
Yeah.
JR, stop trying to steal my thunder. That's my shit, bro. Now, hey, bye.
Huh?
Hey, Scott.
Talk about
it.
Hey man, life good. I can't complain about it. Okay, go ahead.
It took me 2 days to call in because I was in my bag. I couldn't even find words to express my frustration.
Right.
But I got
it. Yeah, me too.
Somebody said I just enrolled to an HBCU.
I think we was playing fast and not smooth. We played our way out of our game, lost control.
Yeah.
I think Micah Parsons and our defensive linemen, they were really overzealous.
Right.
Getting to the quarterback, but they forgot to do their job. You know, Micah got one, but we forgot the structure of the building. We forgot the function of what we do. So that's what we messed up at. We fucked the foundation up. The first 2 weeks, we had the foundation building up strong. We knew what we wanted to do. We were in control. We allowed this team's record to make us lose control. So we didn't do the job. We did the job of the Cardinals for them. So that's not out on. I'm not out on our defense. Our defense still solid. Dan's still the man. You know, we're gonna make things. We're gonna make up for it. I just feel sorry for the England now. I feel sorry for them because now we're gonna take it to them. We want heads to roll, heads and days. We got you now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I believe that like you said earlier, that gotta have some of that fucking in it. Some of those plays that Jason Garrett called, where it was repetitive and they was over and over again, where he threw a little switch over there to Amari and told him, hey, put that up real quick. And he goes down and he scores 80 yards.
Sure.
Yeah, Jack needs some of that. That got to get his head back in the game. But again, we lost our way because we allowed the world around us to depict who we are. Oh yeah, we're gonna go in and bully these guys. We're gonna go in and take advantage because he's the Cardinals. But the Cardinals is like, look, if we get them on the chin, we're gonna see how they gonna fight. They're gonna drop that hand. They're gonna leave that right hand down when they throw the jab. And we got it. And that's what they did. A couple body shots made us weak, and we forgot who we was. But we get it back this week. We get it back this week. Brother, remember, if ain't nobody got you, it's Jack got you.
Appreciate Jack. Good call.
Already.
And just a small nuance, we learned that Jack is a southpaw, but appreciate you, sir. Will Steele, that'll be interesting though, moving forward, if Dak has enough control to, you know, they was making this big hoopla about angles and changing certain angles of routes or whatever, right? I believe you were talking about the CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks end zone situation that we've been talking about the past couple of days or whatever. Can we change Brandon Cooks' route and make it faster, knowing that we're in empty and it's 5 dudes that we've accounted for and there's going to be 1 free guy? Can we do something at the line of scrimmage? You know, can Dak get enough control at the line of scrimmage, knowing that, okay, well, Brandon has 3 yards and a go. Can I just turn this into a now type of situation, and then he can yak his way into the end zone. I wouldn't mind that. In case y'all didn't speak Ebonics or whatever, Jack was talking about the idea when Amari Cooper was here, and Cooper had been running stop routes all day, and Cooper said, I'm just gonna run this deep, throw it to me, and we beat the Eagles or something like. Or we beat some team, I forgot. It's probably Eagles. But can Dak get that kind of control back? Is what Jack was alluding to. And hey, if Dak gets control and he sees it and it makes sense, I wouldn't mind Dak taking over a little bit more. Because in situations like that, I would love to have Dak. I would love for Dak to have more go get it about him. You know what I'm saying? You know, whether it be running, whether it be changing the play, changing the form, changing the route or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just do something as a quarterback. It's your responsibility to get that done for us. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. We'll see. Let's get into the fun. Well, let's get into Supers. Super. Voch with the late beefs. Hey, Marcus, that's exactly what it's for, sir. It's very interesting that you pointed that out. Marcus B in the chat, in one of these chats. He says, Voch with the late beeps remind me of Harlem Nights when old boy was trying to kill Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall and the boys. They'll go, bah, 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 bah. Then the late shot will go, bah, bah. That's kind of what I fashioned my beep on. I want late beeps. I want late short beeps. So I did it on.
Don't give away the trick.
Well, I was just late. My bad. I was just late with the beep. I thought I was timing up. I was just late. My bad. Thank you, Will. Still, I almost sold the secrets. Right. Can't give him the secret sauce, Will. Still, you're right. My fault. Supers. That was in the volume side. Appreciate you, Marcus B over in the volume. Shouts out to you.
Man, JR had me fired up. I ain't gonna lie to you. Running down a little bit, but
yo, when he said Dern, my face.
Get off my Dern field.
Oh, good.
I'm running that back.
Yeah, you have to. Marcus Hardison dropped a deuce in the super chat. He says, ask Marv if the defense is still mediocre. It's fantastic. Shouts out to you, Marcus Hardison. He dropped the deuce over on the volume side. Salute to you, sir. And on the Voch side, 26. All right, y'all all on the Voch side today. Robert Griffin III, not him, but Robert Griffin dropped 5 in the super chat. He didn't even have any messages. He just wanted to say what's up and just hold it down for us. Appreciate you, sir. AJ Metal dropped a dime and says, Voch, this one stung. I'm a born and raised Arizona Cowboys fan. But I'm not reacting just yet. We'll be okay. But man, this one sucks. I'm out here telling them boys with my Dak gear. We still here. We them boys. Hey man, hang in there, bro. They gonna hate you anyway. You know what I mean? So just do your thing. They, like whether you won or lost versus Arizona, they gonna hate you anyway, bro. So do your thing. Junior Gower dropped a deuce and says the lack of effort on both sides, awful. Okay, appreciate you. Cowboy 615 dropped a deuce, says Marv sound like he's eating some neck bones. Why neck bones? Appreciate you, Cowboy 615. Trevon Williams dropped the diamond, says Cowboy red zone had me thinking Kellen Moore had a long layover in Arizona and sent the I'm in your city text message. Oh, oh no. Hey man, dog, like the Chargers almost gave the game away to Minnesota, man. Minnesota just incompetent, bro. Kellen Moore almost led them boys astray, man. But it is what it is. Manning the Fort, appreciate you. Try to 5 in the super chat says, great show as always, gentlemen. Swipe out, appreciate you. What we need to talk about though is that Legion of Doom hoodie. Hey, come on now. Come on now, Master William Steele. Come on now. There you go. Appreciate you.
One of the GOATs, man. One of the GOAT tag teams.
100%, Mr. Wolf. And Marcus Rowe dropped a deuce and says, ain't no show till Marv theme music plays. Hey man, somebody there Wilson music just fit Marv perfect, man. Marv is a walking sitcom character, man. You can't beat that with a stick. All right. Yo, chat, man. I'm not gonna hold y'all, man. I was totally ready to walk out this thing and not go to 5 o'clock again. You know what I'm saying? Like I was not planning on going late.
JR calls.
JR calls.
Give me another boost.
Gave me another boost. You know what I mean? Trust me, I'm ready to move on to New England, but shouts out to JR, man. Here we go. Marcus Hardison says, at the volume, that's me, Will, and Coach Prime today. At the volume, family is like a batch of precious diamonds. What diamonds? Like a batch of precious diamonds. They're supremely resilient, made under pressure, and are of astonishing value. Hold on, Will Steele. Family is like a batch of precious diamonds. They're supremely resilient, made under pressure, and are of astonishing value. Salute to my Dallas Cowboys family. We're in this together, one game at a time. Appreciate you, Marcus Hars. Salute, salute, salute. Huh? I don't really get along with all my family like that. I don't really get along. I mean, I will say this though: you got your family, and you got your relatives. I will say that you got family, and you got motherfuckers that the only reason you talk to them because my mom and your mama sisters, or my grandma and your granddad or great uncles or something. That's people you're related to.
I got family that ain't blood, man.
In the South, we call that kinfolk. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at what Marcus Harrison said, they're supremely resilient. They're made under pressure and are astonishing value. That's what I think of Will Steele. You understand? So family and kinfolk are a little different there. If you listen to it, you hear family under the Webster definition of family, then that may not mean something to you, right? But you kind of create who your family is. Your community is kind of like your family in some sorts. There are some people in your community that you're close to, but not that close to. That'll be like your cousin. I don't call Will Steele my cousin. I don't call Fuster King my cousin. You know what I'm saying? They're my brothers. They're my bros. You know what I'm saying? I call them when I need regular advice and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was getting into fragrances or whatever, I was with Law Nation, and me and Law Nation had a 30-minute conversation about what to spray, what cologne, what this is, and what it do, and what you need to get. You understand what I'm saying? So family and kinfolk and relatives, they're all different words. So if this quote is about family, I definitely give you a nod on this one, Marcus Harris. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you. That being said, love y'all to pieces, man. Fantastic show today. Once again, me and Will Steele will be back with y'all tomorrow. We'll be previewing the New England Patriots. We're finally moving on. Now, this ain't just me cross promo and just to say that we cross promo here, but I was going to look at red zone plays, but I didn't do it because Will Steele did it. So if you want to see a fantastic breakdown of the cap, you should want to be done with Arizona. But if you don't value your own mental health, go and watch Will Steele. Even if you're not watching that, go check out Will Steele in the morning, A to Z Dallas, 8:30 to 10:30 in the morning. And he'll break down those red zone woes. And we just broke down defense today. But check him out regardless of which. Follow me on all platforms, Voch Lombardi, VOCHLOMBARDI. If you want to, for whatever reason, want to watch how our young offensive line did and our got whooped defensive line did versus Arizona Cardinals, it is all on Patreon, patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. And don't forget to tap in with everything that's volume and game time /Voch to get some money off tickets to a live show, and promo code Voch on DraftKings to get, you bet $5, you get $200 back in
bonus bucks.
Yeah. Bonus bets.
Oh, bonus bets. My bad.
Bonus bets. You get a bushel of bonus bets. All right. Love y'all to pieces, man. Y'all hold down for the Doski Woski Peasky Whiskey, man. We're off to New England. Volume.
Give Voch his theme music.
Beats Planet.
Man, that was impressive.
Let's go.
Like I run that back. Somebody said show that to Prime. Like, we're rap. I think we should clip that. We'll clean it up a little bit. There was certain parts in there. We'll clean it up a little bit.
Yeah. BBW bonus bet bucks, baby.